Welcome to Lecture 1. Now that we have the syllabus things out of the way, let's ask, why are we studying statistics? Why are you guys here? Are you guys here of your own free will? My first question to you. Just shout it out. What is it? I hear no's, I hear yeses. Okay, overwhelmingly no. All right, so it's my job then to convince you why you should study statistics and maybe even make you love it the way that I do. I didn't start out in statistics either, as I told you guys. First things first, to be a good consumer of information. To not believe everything you read. And I don't know if you guys are at that point in your majors yet where you begin to question where the knowledge comes from, or if you take it as fact. But it turns out that a lot of the things that might be taught to you as pure facts are actually statistical results and were obtained by statistical analysis. And if there was some error in how that was carried out, that would call what you're being taught into question. And probably you guys don't go and look yet, right? Am I right? To check whether it really is a truth that you're being taught. Okay. Next thing, to prepare to be a good researcher. When you produce research and when you make conclusions, how good are those conclusions? How can you make sure that they're good? To improve your critical thinking skills and to satisfy your curiosity. When you come up with a question, do you know how to go and find answers to that question? Answers that satisfy you, answers that you know have some degree of truth. So for example, maybe you wanted to find an answer to this kind of question. How often do NCSU graduates actually obtain jobs in their fields? Right? Does that grab anybody's curiosity? What is the average salary of a statistician? Or insert anything else. Average salary of a whatever you guys are going to be. Right? Does that grab your curiosity? How much are you actually going to earn? What's the variability there, huh? What can you actually expect? How reliable is that information? You guys are planning your whole futures around this. How reliable is that information? Have you ever thought about that? When we teach you guys, maybe we assume that you're visual learners. Maybe we assume that mostly you're reading the slides and you don't even listen. Is that a good assumption to make of everybody? Maybe I learn a particular way, and I'm just going to teach you guys the way that I learn best. Should I just assume that you guys are like me? Or should I try to find out, like I've just done with that survey, what kind of learners are you guys? How do you best take that information in? How can I best serve you? Anybody seen this before? Yes. I prefer this version. Okay. You guys have had this a lot in 311. What are we doing here each time? We have some population. Right? You're used to this. We have some population. We want to know about this greater population. And it's very important to be very clear about what that population is. Is it all the kittens pictured here in this box? Is it all the kittens in the United States? Is it all kittens of that breed? Is it all kittens everywhere? Is it all kittens in shelters? Is it, what kind? What are the actual details of the population that you're interested in? You gotta have that in mind. Then we want to answer some question about this population. And that will be described by parameters. Some summary about that population that you're interested in. You want to get at this truth. You can't observe this truth. You can only get a tiny window on it by first taking a sample. Say your two kittens pictured here, scooped out nicely with cups. You can find out some summary characteristic about your sample. What is the average length of whiskers of these kittens? And use that to infer what the average length of whiskers maybe is of the kittens in your population. It's that kind of thing. You've been doing that over and over and over again in 311. Now, statistics is a language. So I'm going to remind you of some terms from this language, but I want to say this again because it's not said to you guys enough times. A lot of what is difficult when you start out in statistics is not difficult because the discipline is really mysterious and hard. It's difficult because you have to learn a whole new language. Everything is called something new. And really, a lot of the skills that you need to apply and a lot of what makes something like 311 difficult is that you have to learn a new language. It's like learning ancient Egyptian.